as human beings, we have this urge to come to a state of oneness. We, through these organizations like the United Nations, prove that we intend unity despite of our tendencies to always go into fights and into wars and brawls. So we tend to always fight our brothers and sisters in the name of religions or differences of cultures, because of the differences of our philosophical and ideological understandings. So because of these things, we as human beings tend to fight with our fellow human beings that come from other distant religions from ourselves, that come from distant nations from ourselves. So in the name of nations, in the name of religions, in the name of these cultures and philosophical and ideological way of living, we are ready to exterminate our fellow brothers and sisters from other religions, other communities, other nations, other continents, other racial identities. So we as human beings tend to go or act in destructive ways, despite of us understanding and knowing that unity is the wisest action that we can spread to the world. So in unity there is peace. In unity there is mutual carrying of burdens. In unity there is oneness, there is power, there is collective of action. But in division there is war. In division there is detonation of bombs. In division there is harm of the innocent, because when a nation fights or rises against another nation, then that nation might end up harming the children, the mothers, and the innocent in that enemy nation. So when we fight, when we detonate bombs because of our national divisions or because of our ideological differences, then we end up creating casualties of war. This includes children, mothers, and all these people and species that have nothing to do with our war, that do not partake in our opinions. So we go to a country like Palestine and bomb them, and when we bomb them, then we have a lot of casualties in terms of children, in terms of women, in terms of the innocent species and animals and living organisms that have nothing to do with our enemies or to do with our war. So when we as human beings do that which is harmful to our fellow human beings, to our fellow living forms, through these weapons that we use to destroy our fellow human beings, then we defy the law of United Nations. We defy unity. We go against the unity of all living forms to an extent that we manifest the ways of that opposite force that is harmful to other living forms. So we, in our daily actions, must be deliberate in manifesting that which is of best and improvement to another or to our fellow brothers across diverse religions, societies, cultures, and nations. Otherwise, we will become forces of destroying our fellow brothers and sisters. We will become forces of doing that which is useless, that which is harmful, that which is wicked to our fellow brothers and sisters. So in unity, there is peace. In unity, there is togetherness. There is carrying the burden together. In unity, there is clarity. In unity, there is calmness. But in war, we will have crimes, we will have wailings, we will have destruction of properties and of living forms. So though we as human beings know that peace is the wisest way, we tend to drift towards those actions that always defy unity. We always tend to divide in the name of cultures. We always tend to have religious divisions. We always tend to have national divisions. We always tend to have tribal divisions. We always tend to manifest and embody that which distances itself from its fellow living form, from its fellow human beings. So in this, unity is defied. The law of unity is togetherness, not separation. The law of unity is working together as one, not divided as one. So it's either we act from that one which is whole and that unites all, or we act on the representation of that which is separate and that which sees separation and fragmentation everywhere. So identified with that which is unity, identified with that which is whole, with that which is all inclusive, with that which unites all, then we become responsible citizens of this globe. We become ambassadors of that which is life on the planet. So we are united by one purpose, and this is the advancement of life, not the deterioration. So in wars we deteriorate life, but in unity we build life. In unity, each and every part is seen as a fragment from the whole that is ourselves or that we embody. So in unity, United Nations will find its goal. In unity, United Nations um, is sustained. So in unity, there is this togetherness, there is this mutual action, there is this oneness of being. But in division, there is separation, there is fragmentation, there is war, there is hate, there is jealousy, there is all these vices meant to harm our fellow brothers and sisters in the quest or in the name of division or in the name of separation. So in unity, United Nations achieves its goal, and this is to unite all human beings to a state of no human being rises against another human being because of nation, because of race, because of culture, because of tradition, because of all these ideological and philosophical belief systems. So United Nations is meant to bring a human being to a oneness state of being where every other living form, every other human being is ourselves, is united by this oneness of being. So until next time, but true unity is not yet, but true unity is what we as human beings desire most. True unity is what the highest organization that we've made represents. The United Nations represents the quest of the human being to find a united state of being, a state of being where all human beings belong to this one nation, this United Nation of humanity that does everything for the betterment of life, that destroys forces of separation. This United Nation is a force meant to destroy every force of fragmentation or that spreads the division of human beings. So United Nations, in its core or its essence, is a tool that should be used to destroy forces that fragment human beings into cocoons, into cultures, into separate identities. United Nations is the cure to all fragmentation on the planet. United Nations shows the will of a human being to come to a state of a unity of humanity. Until next time, unite as one.